What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. To the right-hand side of your screen, what you will be seeing are my socials. If you could give those a follow, I would really appreciate it. Been some good support on my videos lately, so thank you again for that. Like I say, I really do appreciate the love and support that I get on the videos. If you agree with me or don't agree with me, it's all good stuff. So thank you very much for that. So, I was going to do a preview video for the Newcastle game, but I'm not really, because I feel like there's something a little bit more important to talk about, and that is, I mean, what a mad 24... Did you say 48? No, 24 hours it's been in the life of Leeds United as ever. We've had Ramazani going out on loan to Valencia. Whether or not you agree with it or not, for me, I think it's a bit of a silly thing, but he is down the pecking order. I think the reasoning behind that, Facundo alluded to it in his conference, is that whilst he has that bit of Stardust magic at the top end, it's the tracking backside of stuff that that he really wants to be able to incorporate into people's games. He gets that from Harrison, whether or not you like Harrison, he just does. He gets it from Nonto now, and he gets it from Dan James also as well. And, you know, will he be getting it from Okafor? Time will tell with that one in terms of how it all runs out. So he's now gone. You've got Bamford contract terminated by mutual consent. So a bit weird. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one the way that one's gone. I would have liked a little bit more of a fanfare on it. I think Bamford's earned that right. You know, he's a double champ. He's the champ for us. So I wish him well. It's sad that it's come to an end. I think it's probably right that it's come to an end. I think in terms of reaching an agreement means that he's been paid off to some degree, probably not to the full amount. I think Bamford's alluded to him not being particularly happy with how it's gone, and that might just be a case of that he wanted to, or maybe he saw himself being able to do some bits and pieces in the Prem. Who knows? It's just one of those situations, the way that it goes. So, you know, Bamford goes absolutely with my blessings. Thank you for sticking by. Thank you for getting involved. Thank you for getting involved the back end of last season as well. Just a nice guy, a really, really nice guy. I know we all jokingly called him Tory boy and everything like that, but a nice guy nonetheless. Schmidt has now gone out on loan as well, so that's happened with a view to a permanent. I don't think Schmidt was ever a Farke signing, so that's, again, just the way that it is. And, you know, there's potential argument to say that Ramazani was never really a signing, a Farke signing as well. But again, something that, without being on the actual insides of the club, you never ever know the real ins and outs onto that. And then we get the Buonanotte situation, where pretty much, as far as we're all led to believe, and this is stuff that we've been told by reporters in and out, both locally and also on a national level as well, that everything was set, sealed, agreed, that there was, you know, something was in place there for him to come to us on loan for a season. He was due to come yesterday on the plane, but he never made it, or he missed his flight to get up here. So the flight was booked for today, and the medical was booked for today as well. So that, to me, says everything was all set up, ready to go, and everything was absolutely fine. And then at the 11th hour, we find out that it's not, and he is now looking likely to go to, of all places, Chelsea. So immediately we all thought that it was Chelsea were going to buy him and then send him out to Strasbourg on loan as part of the Blueco thing that they do, where Blueco own like 900 players for Chelsea at this moment in time. But as it turns out, no, it's just a straight loan to Chelsea, which is a weird one for me, because I don't see where he fits in, or I don't see where he's going to play consistently on a regular basis, because they've bought João Felix, they've bought Buonanotte as well, and they kind of play similar roles. I could be completely wrong with that, but that's basically how that one's going to go. So naturally, the entire fan base is up in arms about it, and yes, it's disappointing, and yes, you know, however you want to present it, that, you know, the optics of it, quote unquote, don't look good. It doesn't look good. And then it's, well, this recruitment group have been an absolute shambles. They've done everything wrong. Everything's been bad. They don't know how to do a deal, and this, that, and other. And they bring up what Parag had said about spending every penny available, etc., so on and so forth. The one thing that I will say about this, and I'm trying to come at this, I'm a Leeds fan, so it's a difficult one. But the way that I'm trying to come at this is from a more pragmatic kind of approach, and just sort of reading between the lines. We aren't buying players to compete this season. We're buying players to survive this season because of how hard it's going to be. And for what we've bought so far, forget the attacking side of stuff, the defensive side of stuff. Yes, I know we lost to Arsenal 5-0. The defensive and midfield side of stuff is fine. I'm happy with that. The attacking side of stuff has been a little bit slow. And the way that you've got to look at it is it's tough to get the attacking bits and pieces in that you want to get because there are other offers that are on the table from other clubs. And like with Buonanotte, we had stuff agreed. It was there. He was coming to have his medical. That's what was happening. And it goes back to the Pajau deal that collapsed as well. That you can't legislate for because the deal was agreed, personal terms were agreed. As far as everybody understood, and that is, us, the selling club, and everything else, everything was in place and agreed, and it was just down to Pajau and where he wanted to go. He decided to go to Marseille. That's his choice. You can't legislate for that, and it's difficult to legislate for that with any of the players that we buy or any deals that we put on the table because of our position in the league, because of what we're going to be trying to achieve in the league. And as much as we think, we're Leeds United and we should be on that and it's passion and other players just don't think like that. Other players don't see Leeds United in the same way that we see Leeds United, and that's just the way that players are. Players are out to earn money. Players are out to earn the best money possible for them, and it's one of those things. I am surprised at Buonanotte going to Chelsea, but then Chelsea have the European pull, etc., so on and so forth. So I can see that, but I don't see where he gets game time with that. I could be completely wrong. But again, with the Pajau thing, that was down to a choice. Other deals that we've missed out on, and I know people are going to throw my back's a bit itchy. People are going to throw the Sunderland situation at me, which, again, I get, but Sunderland were prepared to pay a higher volume of money for a player that we didn't feel we should be paying a higher volume for. There's nothing that we can do. There's absolutely nothing that we can do about that. And look, I'm not trying to sit here and say that the club are completely absolved from blame. They're not. But it isn't just the club's fault. Again, you see the wild stuff. The 49ers being absolute yank frauds, which annoys me because a certain section of our fan base still hate the fact that we've got Americans in control of the club, and then it's Farker's got no pull, or it's, Underwood can't get anything done and he's no good at his job, etc., so on and so forth. But I'm confident that the recruitment team are probably banging their heads against the wall as much as what we are. Because can you imagine what that's like? You've got the plane booked for the guy. You've got the medical booked for the guy. You get a phone call at lunchtime. Bring, 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 bring. Yeah, he's going to Chelsea. What? You can't legislate for that. There's just nothing that you can do for that. And now it may be a little bit of positive news, if you like. We are looking like the Hamer thing is going to happen. Blades Ramble have put it out there and said that it's all pretty much done. It's just a conversation between the two clubs, which looks like it'll be an initial loan for a season, and then an obligation to buy it 15 to 20 million. Which I've said I've always been happy with the idea of Hamer. I like that creative number 8, box to box number 8 that he is. I think he brings a bit more. Obviously, brings more creativity to the table. So yeah, of course. And some people be going, oh, it's a bit of a decoration and a step back and all that kind of stuff. He's not fit and da, da, da. He's a creative player. He's a very creative player. His time in the Premiership, he played well. Premier League, sorry. He played well. I'd be more than happy to see him at his club. His best mate plays for us as well in Bogle. He came to watch us play a load of times last season as well. So it looks like that one could get over the line. Now, with that being said, the 49ers have 3 days-ish to pull something out of the bag, be it a right winger and an attacker or just a right winger, but it looks like we still need a right winger and an attacker. They have to pull something out of the bag, and we can only judge them properly once the window's closed. I think they've been a little bit naive in this window in terms of what they've gone for, but I also think that there have been some occasions where, quite frankly, we've been fucked over by the player or the selling club. It's just that way. You can say that you've got all the money to spend in the world, but if you go and put that money on the table and say to this player, we would love you to come to Leeds United, this is what we've got to offer you, they can look at that offer and go, well, do I really want to be in and around a relegation battle and getting relegated because that's going to look bad on my record? Or do I want to go to a club that has European football or isn't really looking like they're going to get relegated? That's the way that I look at it. Genuinely, that's the way that I look at the situation. And like I said, you know, we've got players that we're looking at that won't view the club in the same way that we view the club for that very reason, because they're not fans like we are. It's just the cold, hard facts of life. And also, it's where we are positioned in the league. We are looking to survive. That's it. End of story. 17th is success for us this season. That's it. End of story. So, that's sometimes difficult from a point of view of trying to attract players. And whilst, yes, I'm pissed off that Buonanotte has not happened. Yes, I'm pissed off that there seems to have been, quote-unquote, abject failure in the transfer market. I don't think the club are 100% culpable for it. There are other things out there, and it just shows where we are. Again, I've been saying this the entire transfer window. It just shows where we are in the pecking order when it comes to inviting players in. It's just the reality of the situation. As much as it's annoying and winds everybody up, that is, you know, the reality of the situation that we see ourselves in. Just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm not saying that people haven't got valid complaints, because you have. Like I said, you know, I'm twitchy now because there's 3 days of the window left and stuff needs to start happening. But we'll see where we go. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. Please subscribe. Turn your notifications on. Comments that you want to make, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. I will hopefully see you for a review of the Newcastle game and be in a somewhat mildly decent mood. I hope. Fingers crossed. But yeah, take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Cheers.